Hello everyone, Tony here bringing you a new Digimon deck profile video. I haven't uploaded these in a while. It's also been 2 weeks since I've uploaded videos, so hopefully this will make up for it. This is my favorite deck to currently play right now in the Digimon card game. It is a yellow armor deck, but it's centered around ARMORdillomon. So initially I had made this deck as a joke because the ARMORdillomon looked funny to me, and not growing up watching Digimon, I saw this thing and I'm like, it's a little fucking like Sandshrew looking thing, you know? So I actually wound up putting yellow armor together and wound up really liking it, like way more than I thought I would. So I have worked on this deck, so it's to a point now where I want to share it with you guys, and hopefully you guys like it. So for the most part, this deck is pretty cheap. My version of it currently is max rarity, or at least max rarity to what I can attain. But it's definitely way cheaper than, you know, what this video shows. So I'm gonna go through the deck and hopefully you guys enjoy. Alright, so starting with the egg, I am playing for Cupimon. So I opted to play Cupimon over Upamon because Cupimon kind of rewards you for playing aggressive early. And with yellow armor, this, you know, especially with like this current meta where everybody's trying to like build a stack to like OTK you, you're gonna be able to swing a lot and you're gonna be able to swing safe. And if your opponent does aim for your security early, but they let you build up your yellow armor Digimon, you're probably gonna win just from swinging with like the armor stuff itself. So Cupimon just felt like the right choice because like off rip you're drawing cards. Drawing cards is always good. Upamon may be a better choice. I'll eventually get around to testing that, but for right now I really like Cupimon, you know, to play aggressive early. So to the deck, I'm playing 4 Patamons. This is probably gonna be your like first egg, or your egg period, like 90% of the time. And the reason for that is his inheritable is when your opponent gets knocked out due to DP reduction, you gain memory. So it's a pretty good level 3 to have in on the stack, right? You like, if you're able to get this on the stack, then go for it. ARMORdillomon's also a great like option because he has so many different like armored Digimon that evolve into him. But for the most part, this is like the card that you're gonna want in the stack as often as possible. So if you get this early or you get this in your first hand, it's great. So onto it for ARMORdillomons. Kind of the main guy of the deck. I am playing 2 of his armored Digimon. Strong base at 4,000. So if you happen to armor over him and the armor Digimon dies, you know, he can kind of survive to some extent. For ARMORdillomon from I believe this is BT8. Yeah, BT8. On play, you can search the top 4 cards of your deck for a dual color card. Most of my deck is dual colored, so he has good access to most of the deck. He's gonna hit something more likely than not. And you know, looking at the top 4, it's a good selection. 2 Vmon. So initially I was playing 2 copies of Kodamon. Because Kodamon grabs Warriors or Holy Knights, and some of the Digimon played here, specifically Rapidmon and Magnamon, are Holy Knights. Or Royal Knights, or is it Holy Warriors? Holy Warriors, I'm sorry. And you know, that felt fine, but grabbing free Digimon kind of opened a pool of being able to excuse me, being able to collect stuff that's more consistent with the deck. And he also lets me Digivolve into Magnamon for a little cheaper as well. So he kind of filled in the deck a little better than Kodamon. So I definitely recommend this, but Kodamon, you know, lets you grab 2 Digimon as well. So you can kind of go with preference there. Onto the level 4s. Now we're playing 2 Pegasusmon. This is the armored Digimon for Patamon. The security attack -1 is actually pretty nice for this deck because it can help protect your security for you to continue to use Cupimon early. Pretty much use it mainly for the color as well, being that it's yellow blue, it fits in with the deck as well. It's also a free type, so it's searchable with Vmon. to Submarine. This is the first Digimon that you play over Armadillomon. He has a pretty good effect too, where you trash one of your opponent's Digimon's sources, and well, as the bottom of their source, and then one of your opponent's Digimon window sources gets -3. So you can immediately, especially your opponent like hard play like their own Vmon, you know, and you move, let's say like Armadillomon out of raising, go into this, kill that real quick. Now you have an open board, you can swing comfortably knowing that your security is at least safe for the next turn. Maybe your opponent might not push out their raising that turn to, like, you know, start pecking at you. So he offers some really good early control. For Digimon, so this pick tends to get ignored a lot, especially with blue armor being kind of the thing. But I feel like in yellow armor, where you're playing 8 Armadillomons, it plays pretty well. So green yellow, 5000 DP, and then when he's attacking, you can target one of your opponent's suspended Digimon and -3k from it. So that means he can trade with 8Ks if they've swung. He will beat anybody 7K or below. So it's a pretty good means of, like, you know, combating your opponent's Digimon, especially at the level 4s and 5s. For Magnamon, this card's actually pretty cool. Overall, it's probably the most used armored Digimon in the game right now. So what I like about this is you're able to kind of swing with your other Digimon, and then when you Digivolve over him, he becomes unsuspended, and then he has blocker. So he kind of falls into, like, the way I play this deck, where I tend to be a little more aggressive. So I'll start swinging early, and he can kind of cover, like, my bases where it's like maybe I swung, I lost my armor, and then purge, bring him out, now my armor is there. And he gets DP based off of how many armored Digimon are in the graveyard. Oh, I'm sorry, the trash. So, you know, at least he'll have at least 9,000 if he comes out like that. You know, and then the what is that called? His awakening option card lets you kind of play him in fun ways too, where you can, like, end your turn and memory choke your opponent, but have him and he can't be reduced by DP. For Rapid Wads, so this card I've thought about, like, dropping the 3 to make room for, like, a Chimeramon probably. I'll probably wind up testing that, but for right now, this you know, is being played out for. So it offers me a big board control. So when you play it, you suspend one of your opponent's Digimon for each tamer you have, and then you select 3 of your opponent's Digimon to get -5000 DP. So he kind of punishes your opponent for going wide, especially if they try to, like, you know, rush you down. Then he pretty much knocks down your opponent's board, and if you evolve this over Padawan, you're guaranteed to at least gain a memory back off that, so his memory cost is reduced slightly in a sense. Just offers great board control, 6000 DP, and kind of offers a alternative take of controlling your opponent's Digimon, because most of the deck is kind of like -DP on attack, and he's -DP on play, or on evolution anyway. The only level 5 I play in the deck is 2 copies of Shikakumon. So initially these were Chimeramons, but this card kind of filled the deck's, like, need a little more. When you Digivolve, and if you have 5 or fewer securities, you recover 1. If you DNA Digivolve him, he gets the added effect of bouncing one of your opponent's cards in play to their hand with a play cost less than or equal to your security. So if your opponent hasn't done any damage, he's at least hitting a 6 or less play cost. And most of the time when I get this out, I'll be at 4, so it puts me back to 5, therefore allowing Cupimon to become important again to the deck. And he kind of fills in a really good role of board control, and you can also Digivolve Magnamon X over him, and you get the passive of when you attack, you -3000 DP from your opponent's Digimon. So, like, again, more board control. The fun thing about him that I've had happen though is I'll DNA Digivolve and have 2 Cupimons underneath him with 2 Patamons, and then it's like a pot of greed, where if I swing, I draw 2 with the Cupimons, and then if I'm able to reduce my opponent's DP during that attack, I gain 2 memory back. So he's a pretty good card to fit in here. Like I said, initially I was playing Chimeramon, but he kind of fits in the deck a little better. And then the last of my Digimon, 4 Magna X's. So this card I wanted to play at 3 for a little bit, but playing that Golden Awakening card into him is just so broken. During your opponent's turn, you can redirect all their attacks to him, and then when he dies, you can save your stack by putting him in the security stack. So you're guaranteed to have an 11k security like guard there. So it's kind of like I felt like you have to play this at 4. You know, and he's pretty easy to bring out because every single Digimon in this deck is yellow or green. So you're able to play the yellow option card over him, well, over any armored Digimon, and kind of just put him out there early. The only hard part about this is if I don't have Magnumon or that golden card, he could be a dead card in hand. Shukakumon is the only other way I can like hard Digivolve over him, but I'd rather not do that. So most of the time, I'll wait for Magnumon or Golden Knight. But he's just such a good card that I had to play it at 4. Option cards. I only play 5, so I play 2 copies of Fire Rocket. This card kind of helps me push the tempo and pace early. So most of the time, if I have like a Digimon with the vanilla ARMORdillomon, that's like perfect for me to play this. So the ruling on this is if you play this and your Digimon gets security +1 and he swings, but the Digimon is forced to armor purge on the first attack, the ARMORdillomon continues the attack and you still have the extra security attack. So you're gonna take 2. The thing that I would advise though is that you be careful with that, because if you are in a position where losing the rookie Digimon would kind of like throw your board, then you're kind of playing backwards, and you don't want to play catch up in this deck. You kind of want to be in like you want to be ahead for the most part. You want to make sure you have Digimon in play and you're able to swing multiple times for the turn. So just be careful if you're gonna do it like that. 3 Awakening of the Golden Knight. I want to play this at 4, but then if 4 felt too clunky, 3 felt really good. So what you do with this is you target one of your Digimon that has armor form and its traits, and you Digivolve a Magnumon Digimon over him, and he gets a protection effect of that he can't have his DP reduced until the end of your opponent's turn. So playing this over any armored Digimon ignores the Digivolution requirements, as well as you not paying the cost, because you're paying the 3 for the option card anyway. So you can evolve this over Digimon, you can evolve this over Pegasusmon. It's a good way to get one of your boss monsters out. To the Tamers, I play a single copy of Davis. Most of my cards in this deck are blue or green with yellow. So he can net you 2 cards off the top of your deck. Set your memory to 3. Initially I was playing this at 2, but I felt like playing more TKs was more important because of how much deck searching I have already. So I dropped this down to 1. He's still pretty good though, especially if you hard play him and get 2 cards off of it. Like it feels great. Here we go. 4 TKs. So being that this deck has so much search in it already, playing Davis kind of felt a little redundant, despite, you know, being able to grab 2 cards off of him. The reason why I like TK so much is that he gives me access to the security zone, and having access to the security zone and grabbing important cards while probably adding something that on like security would provide you good effect, or just having a Digimon there that'll like, you know, beat the Digimon that's attacking it, right? So if they, like with TK, if you see something like this in there, this card lets you grab on his security effect Magnumon from the drop area. Magnumon with his name, so you can grab Magnumon X or regular Magnumon, and then this goes to your hand. So when you play TK, you grab like the little Digimons, you grab the Patamons, you grab the ARMORdillomons, or maybe you need an armored Digimon, you grab that too, and then, you know, he just gives you access to a zone that you normally wouldn't have access to unless you were playing him. And being that he lets you grab any yellow card and then still recover, it just felt more important to play this over Davis. And then the last 4 Tamers I play are Cody's. So Cody has grown on me quite substantially. So at the start of your main phase, if you have a yellow Digimon, you get a memory. So it's not uncommon for me to have 2 or 3 of these in plays with a TK and start my turn with 6 memory, 5-6 memory. And the fun thing about Cody is when one of your dual colored Digimon attacks, you suspend him and then you -2 off one of your opponent's Digimon. and this can stack. So if you have 3 of these in play minus 6k, most of the time that Digimon is either going to be in a place where any of your Digimon can be able to run over it, or that Digimon is going to get deleted off of game mechanic because of DP reduction. So this deck really provides a huge sense of like control over your opponent, as well as being able to kind of push the tempo and the pace itself. So this is the version I'm currently playing of this deck. I may change it. It's like 2 or 3 cards. It's really, I really enjoy the deck as it is right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions, or you know, if you want to just talk about Digimon, leave the comments in the comment section. Obviously, I'm gonna probably upload a Yu-Gi-Oh video sometime within the next week or two, and yeah, hopefully this will not dissuade you from trying out different armor decks, because blue armor is just like everywhere, and it's a good deck, you know. But I kind of feel like the Armadillo needs some love too. So I want to thank you for watching this video. Until next time.